Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Gina McAllister. I'm the Dean of the School of Education here at Chipola, and I have the honor today to welcome you to our Fall 2025 pinning ceremony for the School of Education. This is the mark of a milestone for our graduates. This has been a true journey for them, and it's been a journey for all of you that have been involved, and so we're just here to celebrate them in this special ceremony that we really find to be something that is more personal than your traditional graduation, and so we hope that you guys feel the same way about it. We want to start off today not just focusing on our graduates, but remembering that they didn't get here by themselves. There are a lot of people here to celebrate them today, and so we want to start first by honoring some of those that have really helped them along this journey. So what we would like to do is first talk about our friends and family that have been here to support everyone. So to recognize the support that you have given them, we would like to give you a round of applause at this time. We also have a very dedicated staff here at Chipola College. Our administration, our faculty, and our support staff do everything that they can to make sure that our program runs smoothly and that we support our graduates. So we want to take a minute to thank them for their guidance, their mentorship, and their leadership as we continue to grow this program. So let's give them a round of applause as well. Our program's success wouldn't be possible, though, if we didn't have really strong partnerships with our school districts. Our principals and administrators, district office personnel, the teachers that have opened their classrooms, they have become an invaluable part of giving our graduates the experience that they need to be ready to enter the classroom. We value that partnership deeply, and it's become one of the most integral parts of what we do here in the School of Education. So I personally, along with the School of the College and our graduates, would like to thank all of those from our districts that have been involved in helping us to get our graduates to this point. But most of all, we want to thank our graduates. First of all, we want to thank you for choosing Chipola College. We know that you have a lot of options out there, and without you choosing us, our program wouldn't exist. And so thanks to you and all of those who have come before you, and that those will come after you, for choosing our program to be part of the journey that you are taking to enter the career of education. We also want to thank you, though, more personally than just choosing Chipola. We want to thank you for choosing education. We are passionate about what we do as educators, and it, to us, is one of the most noble professions that there is. So thank you, one, for choosing Chipola, but thank you most of all for choosing to become an educator. Earning this degree wasn't easy, and we know that. It's taken a lot of resilience, determination, and dedication. And these qualities are going to serve you well as you become an educator, because you'll need those same qualities to train the next generation of students and to make an impact in the classroom. This is the beginning of a very exciting journey for you guys. Your impact is so immeasurable, not just personally, but not just professionally, but personally as well. And you really will never understand how far your impact will go in making a difference in the lives of children and our community as a whole, and our society. It desperately needs people like you who are committed. We're so privileged to have been part of this journey and to help you with your goals. And so we want to take just a minute to not only introduce you individually to all of the people that are here, and those people that are watching us via live stream. So what we would like to do is direct your attention to the screen. Our graduates have chosen a quote that they have associated with not only their personal ideas about education, but what they perceive as their future career. So let's take a look and share a moment of their personal thoughts. hope you enjoyed that. It's a very nice collection of ideas and thoughts and just personal feelings about education, so thank you for sharing those with us. Each year, our graduates select one of their peers to give them a special message, and so this year, we have selected Jalen Griffin. She's going to come up. She's a member of our elementary education program, or a graduate now, and she's going to share a few words with you today. Jalen?
Good afternoon. I feel so blessed to have the privilege of standing here today on behalf of my amazing cohort. For those of you who don't know, we are lovingly referred to as the group of questioners. We are the reason for Dr. Clark's gray hair, and for that I apologize. There has not been a class session in the past 2 semesters where we did not ask at least 50 questions. Just ask him, I'm not exaggerating. But he so graciously answered all of them with kindness. He said that if we would be patient, he would explain everything, and no matter what, do not worry. Inevitably, we always did. We joked that we just wanted him to experience the joys we have in the K-12 classrooms with endless questions. So thank you, Dr. Clark, for putting up with our panic, our nonstop questions, our follow-up questions, our second follow-up questions, and the occasional just checking emails. You've encouraged us, challenged us, and reminded us that even when we felt completely in over our heads, we were capable of becoming the teachers we dreamed of being. Thank you to all of our professors for putting up with us these past couple of years and for ultimately shaping us into the educators we are today. Our cohort has not always been the one you see today. We all had very different paths getting here, but I am so glad to say we have finally reached our goal. Some of us began very timid and had to gain our voices, while others have always had plenty to say. We began in Dr. Dogal's RED classroom as terrified students who quickly learned we knew nothing about what we had gotten ourselves into. From giving FCRR presentations that we thought were such a huge deal, to making our reading centers that we spent way too many late nights on. From trying to get observation hours in on the very last day, to writing a whole unit of lesson plans that took way longer than any of us thought it would. I remember waiting until the week before the due date to start my unit, then freaking out when my computer crashed right as it was due. Needless to say, I got a new computer, and that was only the first of many meltdowns in the program. We completed our RED courses with case study, which took a few years off of our lives. We created math and science portfolios that we thought would end us. We made social studies presentations where we learned that Canva is our best friend. We learned how to differentiate instruction like pros. Our classroom management skills are off the charts after our classes with Dr. Clark, and we know how to accommodate for all of our students thanks to Dr. Johnson. And throughout all of the crying, stressing, and overthinking, we grew friendships that I am so grateful for. I am proud to know each of you, and I will never forget the impact you have made on me in this season of life. I have no doubt that you all will be the educators that this new age of students needs. You are some of the most compassionate, loving, and uplifting people that I've had the opportunity to know. I have full faith that the students in any of your current and future classrooms will be the luckiest and most cared for students in the state. I cannot wait to see what you all accomplish in the future, and I look forward to being able to say, yeah, I went to college with her. My path to education was not one I expected at all. I grew up being adamant that I would not be a teacher, actually. While my entire family is in education, I was determined not to be. Until I graduated with my AA 2 years ago, I had planned to go into the medical field. After I surrendered my plan unto God's plan for my life, I knew I had to make a change. Dr. McAllister, from the first time I walked into your office to make the most last-minute change to my plans for the next semester, I knew I had made the right choice. Even when I was offered a job a year early and would be the first in the program to begin teaching before completing a full internship, you supported me and assured me that I would be okay, that I could do it, and for that, I am grateful. This has not been an easy journey by any means, but I'm proud to say that with God's help, the prayers of so many around me, and so much caffeine, I have already completed 1 full year of teaching on my own and am halfway through my 2nd year. I want to say thank you to Mom and Dad for never giving up on me, for encouraging me and supporting me through all the curveballs I've thrown at you. Thank you to my sisters for helping me become the teacher I am today. I look up to both of you so much. Thank you to my coworkers for being there when I needed extra support when a big task was due. And thank you to the 2 classes of students who have shaped me and challenged me. You gave me no choice but to jump in the deep end and learn to swim, and I will always love you for that. I know I'm not the only one in my class who can say that we would not be who we are without the support of our villages. When someone says that they're going into education, you'll often hear the words, "I'll pray for you." This isn't a very comforting thing to hear when you're choosing a career, but with the support of those who actually do pray for us and help us through every step, I would like to say thank you. Your encouragement means the world. As we transition from the roles of students to teachers, I would like to offer a few words to my classmates. We didn't have to choose this career. Teaching is absolutely a calling, and we have all answered that call. We would not be here today if we did not want to be, and I'm so glad to be entering a profession with people who truly have a passion for what they do. There are bound to be days where we want to give up and do something else, but we have to remember why we chose this in the first place. The classroom is where everyone begins. Every doctor, lawyer, scientist, author, actor, or leader started in a classroom like ours. We are the ones who shape the future. We decide whether our students learn compassion or learn to pass judgment. We are a huge part of their thoughts to believe in themselves or give up. We never know when we will be at the right place, at the right time, with the right student in our classroom. We are the ones who make a difference. I've always loved the quote, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." We have that opportunity every day. Education doesn't just prepare students to make a living, it prepares them to build a life. So when patience runs thin and we wonder why we're here, we can take a step back and reflect on how large our impact truly is. We have the power to make the world a better place. That's why this day is bigger than just us earning a degree. Today, we stand not just as graduates, but as educators, ready to walk into classrooms with full hearts, determined spirits, and the kind of hope that lights the way for others. We made it, we earned it, and the world is about to be better because of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Jalen. That was a beautiful job. We also have today with us the privilege of hearing from Mr. Thomas Register. He is the superintendent of Washington County Schools, and he is our guest speaker. Mr. Register is a dedicated educational leader with 16 years of experience serving students and families across Washington County and beyond. His career reflects a steady progression through nearly every level of the school system. He's worked as a paraprofessional, a teacher, a sponsor, a coach, assistant principal, and now superintendent of Washington County. During his years in the classroom, Mr. Register was honored as Rookie of the Year, a recognition of his passion, his energy, and his commitment to student learning. As a coach, he achieved over 100 career wins and guided his multiple athletes to compete at the Division I level. And he led his team at Vernon in his final year to the Final Four. As superintendent, Mr. Register has continued to raise expectations and expand opportunities for his students. Under his leadership, Washington County Schools has been ranked number 1 by the state for academic growth in 2023 and 2024, which is a true testament to his vision, collaboration, and belief that every child deserves access to a high-quality education. Beyond his professional achievements, Mr. Register is a devoted father to his 6 children, Kaylee, Marlena, Tatum, Chloe, Sam, and Landon, and he is the proud owner of the beloved family dog, Doug. So let's please welcome Mr. Register to the podium.
Good afternoon. I've got to say thank you for allowing me to come speak, and I'm also going to say she just stole all my speech. I don't know if Mr. Griffin, you helped her out with that or what, but that was great. Anytime I get the opportunity to speak about education, to speak to students or educators, I get excited. And the first thing I can tell you is congratulations. But more important than congratulations, I want to tell you thank you. Can I move? Okay, I'm sorry, I don't like to stand still. Thank you. She said it a while ago, you just accepted a calling. You did not choose a job, you accepted a calling. If you're not called into public education sitting here today, you might be crazy, okay? And you might be both, and that's okay too, because those make good educators. But I want to say thank you, because we're in a field, much like she said, that educates every other profession. Think about it. And she named some very high professions. On the way back from Tampa today, I was thinking about it, and I went through McDonald's, as you can tell, and I ordered my food, and I got the wrong change back. It's aggravating, okay? You guys are responsible even for our McDonald's workers. Everybody. There's no profession out there, there's no work that you didn't have a hand in or that you won't have a hand in. Never let anyone tell you, I'll pray for you. Never let anyone down you for the profession that you've chosen. You've chosen the most important profession that we have in this world today. And I want to say thank you. Before I get too deep into this, that was a nice little introduction about myself, but I am Thomas Register. I am the Washington County Superintendent, and yes, I have a lot of children, and I'll explain that in a little while. But I had this nice PowerPoint, but we couldn't get it to compatible with the technology here. So one of the things I'm going to tell you is you've got to be flexible as an educator, and I'm going to be flexible today. But more importantly than having those children, I know what you're going to think when I say this. I have a grandson. I know I'm much too young to have a grandson. But I have a grandson now, and for all you parents out there that have grandkids, you know what I'm speak of. If we could have skipped the kids and went to the grandkids, we would have. But part of my education background, I'm a 2004 graduate of Chipola High School, and then I am a 2006 graduate of Chipola Junior College at the time, some of my best years. And then I graduated in 2008 with my bachelor's degree, and then I went on to get my master's in 2020. I've taught sixth grade science, driver's education, physical education. I've taught Hope. I've taught just about everything there is. I've been a bus monitor. I've not driven a bus, but I've been a bus monitor, and I've coached. And then I went to administration. But all my years were pretty much spent at the 6 through 12 level. And now I took a principal job at Cottondale Elementary School. Any of you guys going to be in elementary? God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. It changed my outlook on education. I can honestly say that job changed the trajectory of my life. After that, for some reason, I decided to run for superintendent of schools, and I was blessed to win that election. And we've achieved some great things, I believe, in my first year there. And we do rank number 1 in the state in growth with 79 points. We moved from number 61 in the state to number 45. We brought back the alternative school. We increased the graduation rate. We increased 11 of our 12 grading cells. The only one we did not increase stayed the same. And for all of those things, I am very proud. But I couldn't have done it without educators like yourself. Without the teachers in the classrooms, the paraprofessionals, those things do not happen. So when I started thinking about what I was going to say today, I went to the good old ChatGPT, right? Don't act like you didn't use it. They already know, all right? So I got ChatGPT's definition of a school teacher. It states, don't throw anything at me, this is just what it stated. A school teacher is a person whose occupation is to instruct students, typically at the elementary or secondary level. They are responsible for teaching academic subjects, managing the classroom, nurturing social and emotional growth, and helping students develop as learners and citizens. I'm not saying that that's totally wrong, but I do want to warn you of a few things. That is not my definition of a school teacher. My definition of a school teacher would read something like this. A school teacher is someone who the world depends on for a prosperous future. We depend on you. My children depend on you. It is a very, very important profession. You're going to be a superhero. Say, do what? Trust me, if it hasn't happened yet, you'll go into the grocery store, you'll be buying some deodorant or something. A little kid looks around the corner at you. Oh, Dad, there's my teacher. She buys deodorant. Yeah, I know. Leave her alone. You're going to go out to eat. Oh, that's my teacher. They're at a restaurant. Yeah, they're normal. You are a superhero in their eyes. If you haven't experienced it yet, you will. You will. I walked into Walmart the other day and a kid came up and hugged me, said, I remember you. You told me you're Mr. Tire's boss. I didn't tell him that. Mr. Tire told him that. But he introduced me as his boss. You're Mr. Tire's boss. You're Mr. Tire's boss. I said, yes. Should I fire him? He said, no. I said, okay, good. So that was a good sign. But you are a superhero. Don't forget that. You're not a teacher. You're a superhero. Don't forget it. You're a psychologist. You're a nurse. If the stomach bug hasn't hit a classroom that you've been in yet, it will. And God bless you when it happens. You're the instructor of all things. You're a party planner. You're a security guard. You're a safe space. You're an attorney. You're a janitor. You're a cafeteria worker. And if you don't think you are, get ready. You will be all of the above, plus more. Also, let me add, I would make very good friends with my janitor and my cafeteria workers. They can be your best friend. But right now, in the state of education, educators last somewhere between 5 and 7 years, and they find something else to do. Why are you being so negative? I'm not being negative. I want to leave you with 4, I think it might be 5 quick points of how you can have a 30 to 35-year career in the field of education. It's possible. It's possible. So I said a while ago, I coached. I tend to lay out my plans like I did for my coaches, my teams, and I always started with the same thing. So the number one thing that you need to remember, if you want to be successful in education and you want to have a successful career, number one, know and do your assignment. Know and do your assignment. Your assignment is to educate and mold our next generation. Be prepared. Be dependable. Be humble. Be kind. Communicate. Set time for yourself. Network, network, network. So I've just told you what your assignment is. You know what it is. Now you have to do it. It's the same thing as when you're in class. You may know what was on the test, but if you didn't perform on the test, the grade wasn't great. Or you may not know and you performed not great. You have to know it and you have to do it. Number 2, you've got to get back up and you got to be flexible. All right? You're going to have bad days. You're going to have some times where there's bad test scores. You're going to have times when you go to the copying machine and it's broke. You're going to have mad parents. You're going to have that stomach bug. Probably going to have the head lice. You're going to come in there and the air conditioning is not going to work. You're going to come in there and you're going to have a beautiful lesson planned out and they're going to start a fire drill or an active shooter drill or a tornado drill or all these other drills that we now have. Again, remember, you're a security guard as well as a teacher. Don't let that get you down. Nelson Mandela once said, "Do not judge me by my successes. Judge me by how many times I fall down and I get back up again." This is not just for education. It's about life. It's going to knock you down. You got to get back up. Nobody's going to feel sorry for you. You got to get back up. When your principal calls you in and has a hard conversation with you, get back up. It is to grow you. It is not to knock you down. It is to grow you. Be ready for it. Be molded. Number 3, be a lion and not a sheep. This is a big one. If you've already been in some classrooms, you already know this. If you've already been in some schools, you probably know this. I say there's 2 types of people on the campus. You've got lions and you got sheep. Lions are leaders, and they exhibit leadership qualities. They have courage, strength, they're decisive, strategic thinkers, and they're even good teammates when they're hunting. Think about it. Collaborate with those that you can learn from. It does not always mean you're veteran teachers. Collaborate with those that you know have a passion for education and what they do. Be decisive. It's your classroom. No administrator wants you to call them every single time something goes wrong. You've been trained by some of the best. You know what to do. Be decisive. Make decisions on your own. You can do it. They've taught you everything you need to know. Now put it in play. But you're going to run into the sheep, unfortunately. They're everywhere. Now, be careful how I say this. Sheep are dumb. I don't know if you know that. They can't camouflage themselves. They're white. They're slow. What do they do to protect themselves? They have to have a shepherd at all times. And there's these people out there in the education field. Do not be a sheep. Sheep make decisions out of fear. Sheep spend most of their time sleeping or chewing their cud. They will literally follow a herd off of a cliff. I promise you, if you haven't already seen it, there's some sheep, and they usually hang out in the teacher's lounge. Be careful in the teacher's lounge. Stay away from the teacher's lounge. Don't be a sheep. Remember what your assignment is, and do your assignment. Your assignment is not to be negative Nancy. That is not your assignment. Remember, this is a calling, and we're going to talk about that why that she just talked about in a minute. Don't be a sheep. This is one that I wish I could show you, but find one and change one. Everything that you're going to do from now on is data related. Superintendent Hughes in Walton County always says, "In God we trust, for everybody else bring your data." All right? It's the same thing, but for this one thing, I think you would agree, find one child, and I challenge my teachers to do this one semester, just one a semester, but I'd almost challenge you to do it more. Find one child once a week and make something better about their life. And I got 3 pictures on here that I wish I could show you, but one is, I was sitting in the house one day, this little girl, she was a student of mine at Cottondale. Her mom puts on social media, she's having a lemonade sale down the road. It was cold, it was rainy, I didn't want to get up. It was a Saturday. I went to that little girl's house and bought lemonade that I was not going to drink. But I took a little picture with her and she loved it. I was campaigning. She's not even in the county that I ran for, but I was campaigning. She was at the Possum Day Festival. And she ran up to me. "You remember when you bought that lemonade from me?" It took me 20 minutes out of my day. I had to put on a shirt and some shorts and run up there and give her a couple dollars. What that meant to her. You're going to have that opportunity on a daily basis. I have another picture on here, and I have to tell this story. And if you don't believe me, I do have a witness in this auditorium. But you're going to have some kids that'll challenge you to the point you're like, I can't reach this child. Yes, you can. So when I was a principal, I get a phone call. We got this kid up here, and he's going to say some bad words. Remember, I'm at an elementary school. Ain't no way, right? Right. So I walk in there, and it's a cute little kid. Glasses about that thick. I lean down. I said, "But we don't use bad words." He didn't say anything. And then my assistant principal leaned down. She said, "Come with me to my office." And he said, bleep, 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 in a perfect sentence. In a perfect sentence. Shocked me to death. She takes him back there. Didn't know what to do. I had no clue what to do. Nobody trained me for that. So, take him back there, talk to him. Next day, he's at it again. Next day, at it again. So we finally got where we got the phone call. We'd go get him, bring him to my office. And most of the days, he would sit there, eat some Smarties, hang out with me, teach me some new words. And then I decided, hey, let's find him some books. Let's read him a book or two. Let's try to teach him some new words. And so I did, and he usually take about a 45-minute nap. Kid had a horrible, horrible home life. I don't know. I was talking to somebody, I don't know where he is anymore. I wish I knew. But you're going to run into kids like that all the time. When I was assistant principal, I had a 6th grader come in there crying every day, wanting to play with Legos. We let him play with Legos. He had never made anything over a 1 in math. He ended up making a 2. Everybody was pumped. Spend time with those kids. It's not just about your data. That's a lie. Make a difference in their lives when you have a chance. I have some text messages on there too, just from old ball players, but you will become more than a teacher to these children. You will mean way more to them than just a teacher. I'm not going to get into the why, but I want to get into what fuels your why. She gave some examples of your why. So Why did you go into education? We hope it was a calling. It was not for me. I did not want to go into education. When I came to Chipola, I was trying to go be a political science major at the University of Florida, just like my dad, just like my brother. I was going to go be an attorney. And my high school coach got to me and said, no, you need to coach basketball. I went to UF, changed my major, got into education, and I haven't looked back. And so I don't say it's not my calling. It wasn't my calling when I was your age. It took me a little while to figure it out. But we all get into education because we love kids, right? We have a passion for learning. Maybe we want to have a passion for changing the culture. Those are all your whys, but what fuels your why? There's going to be bad days. I just told you 5 to 7 years is the average that a teacher stays in education. I don't want to see that happen to you. What fuels you on those bad days? What fuels you when things are going wrong? What fuels you when you have a terrible administrator? What fuels you when you have a bad class? What fuels you when your dad is bad? What's going to fuel you to continue to look back on your why and it be enough? It may be faith. It may be your spouse. It may be children. For me, it's my family. And it's my family as a whole. And I have a picture of them on here. Can't show you right now. So I'm going to go through it real quick and tell you. And I'll be really, really fast. But my dad was one of those dads that was at everything. He had one of those cameras that you put on his shoulder. I don't know if y'all remember those. It had, the shoulder camera. And he walked around every day. First day of school, he was there. Never missed my ball games. Never missed anything. He fuels me. I cannot let him down. When I was campaigning, he was on the street corner with me every single day. I can't let him down. My mom, I can't let her down. My mom raised 3 boys. I've only got 2. I couldn't do 3. It's terrible. Boys are horrible. My mom whooped my hind from one end of the county to the other. I can't let her down. She taught me better. And then I have my aunt. So my aunt stepped in this role for me that's basically like helping me take care of my children. She keeps my son when I'm not around or I'm going on trips, and she helps me transport my daughter's places. It's got a little easier now that they've got older. Well, my aunt is the children's minister at First Baptist Church. I can't let that lady down. She stepped up in the time for me where I needed her. I can't let her down. And then I think about my kids. And I'm going to separate them out real quick, but Marlena's 16. Raising teenage girls is not fun either. But Marlena, she won't tell you this, but the sun rises and sets on me, to my daughter Marlena. Taylor's a little more hard-headed, but I can't let her down. I'm an example of how to keep getting back up when things go wrong. My son Landon, we took him to the New Orleans Pelicans game the other day. He got an autograph by Draymond Green. You can't tell him anything. Okay, he thinks he's the man now. But I can't let that kid down. And then I adopted some. I adopted, at the time, my wife's nieces and nephew. Every adult in their life has let them down. Every single one. I can't let them down just because I had a bad day. I can't not go to work because of them. I have to set an example for them that they never had. I want you to think about something in your life that fuels you. Because I promise you in the education world, you're going to need it one day. You're going to need it. You're going to say, I'm not going to let them down. It might be one of your professors. I don't know. But you have to find something that fuels your why. The why is great. But what fuels you when you're down? Because I promise, it's going to happen, whether in your personal life or your professional life. Don't let it keep you down. Something's got to fuel that why, because our kids need you. Our kids need you. If you hear nothing else I say, our kids, my kids, need you. I'm going to end it with this because I have to. I just feel like it's appropriate. But if you haven't ever read the book by Dr. Seuss, you'll know exactly where I'm going with this. But you have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the one who will decide where to go. You have made a career path for yourself. You have chosen that. No one can steer your path but you. No one. Don't ever forget it. You have entered a profession where you're going to meet some of the best people you've ever met. You are going to change lives and one day look back on it and it's going to make you feel great even though you don't get paid that great. Okay? I promise. One day you're going to look back. When that kid sends you a message that says, "Happy Thanksgiving, thanks for all you did for me," it's worth it. It's worth it. Only you can drive your path. Don't let the negative Nancy's get in the way. Don't let the naysayers get in the way. Don't let somebody tell you, "Oh, you're a teacher. You're just a teacher." Yeah, you're just a teacher that our world depends on. If you ever need anything, you feel free to reach out to me. I'm sure we'll have some jobs open in Washington County School District, wcsdschools.com. Write that down. I'm sorry, I'm going to take my second here. Write that down. Take your phone out. Apply. We would love to have you on our team. If you ever need anything, if I can assist you in any way, feel free to reach out. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Register, for your encouraging words. Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Casey Dogle, faculty member in the School of Education. The pinning ceremony that we have adopted is from the field of nursing. It is a time-honored tradition that dates back to the 1860s. The ceremony is intended to be a personally meaningful introduction into the brotherhood and sisterhood of educators. The expectations of a professional educator are outlined in the Florida Department of Education Code of Ethics for the education profession. Please listen carefully as I read the code. Number 1, the educator values the worth and dignity of every person, the pursuit of truth, devotion to excellence, acquisition of knowledge, and the nurture of democratic citizenship. Number 2, the educator's primary professional concern will always be for the student and for the development of the student's potential. The educator will therefore strive for professional growth and will seek to exercise the best professional judgment and integrity. Number 3, aware of the importance of maintaining the respect and confidence of one's colleagues, of students, of parents, and of other members of the community, the educator strives to achieve and sustain the highest degree of ethical conduct. The pin you will be receiving today is a symbol of your commitment to the education profession and upholding the expectations of the Code of Ethics. Congratulations on your decision to become a professional educator. Each graduate has prepared a message to share with friends and family. Solomon Abernathy, senior in our elementary ed program, will read the messages as the graduates receive their pin. As your name is called, please proceed to the stage.
Alyssa Brown. I would like to thank my very first class of fourth graders for inspiring me daily and reminding me why I chose this profession. To my family, thank you for your constant love and support. To my mom, thank you for being my rock. To my classmates and friends, thank you for always cheering me on. To my boyfriend Hayden, your patience and belief in me means the world. A special thank you to my dean, Dr. McAllister, to Dr. Clark, and to my other incredible professors and mentor teachers for your guidance, wisdom, and dedication. I am forever grateful for each of you. Haley Chambliss. I first want to thank God for the strength, clarity, and peace He has given me throughout this journey. To my fiance, Jack, thank you for cheering me on through every late night, meltdown, and milestone. To my parents, Your love, guidance, support, and belief in me has carried me farther than you know. To my mentor teacher, Rachel, thank you for shaping me with your patience, honesty, and heart. You are such an inspiration, and I am grateful I had the opportunity to learn from such an amazing educator. And to my teachers, thank you for pouring into me. Mason Fulton. This journey has been more than an education. It has been a calling shaped by perseverance and guidance. Dr. Clark, your wisdom and humor brightened every challenge. I'll always have $5 for you. To Miss Angie White in Chipola Theater, you truly transformed my life and made Chipola feel like home. To my family, thank you for being my foundation and unwavering support. Parker Dixon, you are my why, the spark that inspired me to teach. To my boyfriend Ricky, your work ethic and faith in me continually inspires me. I cannot thank y'all enough, and I will carry each of you into every classroom I enter. Jalen Griffin. Thank you to my family for loving me, cheering me on, and believing in me on the days I didn't believe in myself. To my friends, thank you for keeping me laughing and sane through every late night and meltdown. To my professors, mentors, and coworkers who have become like family, thank you for your guidance, encouragement, and the example you set. I'm better because of you all. And to my students, this year and last year, thank you for reminding me why I chose this path in the first place. I'm grateful for everyone who helped me reach this moment. Christy Hicks. I want to thank my professors and mentors for pushing me, guiding me, and believing in my potential as an educator. I want to thank my friends and family for not giving up on me, even when I tried to give up on myself. Thank you for encouraging me through long nights, early mornings, and many difficult days. Most of all, I want to thank my son. Thank you for being my biggest motivation. Your love, your smile, and your unwavering belief in me kept me going on my hardest days. You inspire me every day to be better. Madison Hodge. A huge thanks to my mom and my family for your constant support and continuously cheering me on. To my friends, especially Alyssa, you kept me sane, made me laugh, and pushed me when I needed it most. I'm grateful for my dean and professors for guiding me and helping me grow. To the students, you have taught me a lot during our time together and gave me memories I will never forget. And to my mentor teacher, Mrs. Wiggins, thank you for your advice, patience, and leadership, and for showing me what it means to be a great teacher. Oceana Manbeck. To all of my wonderful friends and family that have supported me throughout this chapter of my life, thank you. It has been a whirlwind, and it felt like it took forever, but also feels like it took no time at all. I am so thankful for each and every person that has always been in my corner rooting for me, even when it felt impossible to root for myself. Special thank you to my wonderful son, who has been my motivation and my why since the day he was born. I will forever be thankful for you. Faith McGowan. I would like to express my deepest gratitude to everyone who has supported me throughout my journey to becoming an educator. First and foremost, I thank my family for their endless love, patience, and encouragement during this challenging yet rewarding experience. To Dr. Clark and Mrs. Jackson, thank you for sharing your wisdom, guidance, and passion for teaching, which have inspired me to grow both personally and professionally. Finally, I thank my students who remind me daily why I chose this meaningful path. Stephanie Minter Hicks. First, I acknowledge my mother, who left this world too soon. Your belief in me has carried me through every challenge. I am grateful, Darren, for your patience and support. My daughter, Abigail, you inspired me to pursue my dream. My boys, Jerry and Jesse, it's your turn. I love you all. I appreciate my professors and mentors for their guidance and inspiration to strive for excellence through education. And finally, I thank God for my many blessings. This accomplishment is not mine alone, but a reflection of the love, support, and faith all of those who have walked beside me. Congratulations, graduates.
Well, let's give our graduates just one more round of applause. Congratulations again on this wonderful achievement. We proudly welcome you now as our colleagues in the teaching profession, and we celebrate you as esteemed alumni of Chipola College. So I'm proud to be able to transition you to the next level of life. Thank you guys, everyone here, for joining us, both in the audience today and live stream. This concludes our ceremony. Thank you for coming. We're going to take just a couple of pictures here on stage, and then they'll be all yours to take as many pictures as you would like and celebrate.